Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to another episode of The Cider Drinker. On today's episode, we are going back to the Aston Manor Company. My God, they've got a lot of ciders, haven't they? However, it's to try another of their off-brands, and it's also, well, definitely one of the more unique ciders out there. In fact, I couldn't find it anywhere apart from this one particular shop, which just happened to be Morrison's down in Ipswich, I do believe. Today's cider is Malvern Press 81. Now, I noticed there were a couple of ad campaigns for this, but it kind of dissipated rather quickly, so I've not been able to find this cider anywhere else apart from that Morrison's in Ipswich, so it's kind of a rare one, but will it be any good considering Aston Manor's track record? We'll be finding out soon, but until then, let me go and give you some details on Malvern Press 81.
Malvern Press 81 cider comes in these 473ml bottles. Naturally, that is the only way you can get this one as well. The alcohol percentage is 4.5% in volume, so standard industrial cider strength we have here. Doesn't say anywhere on the bottle if it's going to be sweet or dry, so I'll find out in the taste. And the price was, albeit quite cheaper than the other ones, but that's because it's a smaller bottle. I got this particular one for £1.59, so I haven't actually managed to find it anywhere else, and you can't buy it off the website, so I guess you're just going to have to go to Morrison's to find it.
Well, the first thing you are going to obviously notice is just how unique the bottle is for this. One, like you saw in the description, it comes in at a very weird 473 mils. So, it's not quite 500 and it's a little bit more than 330. So, I fail to see what they're actually going to go with this one because, you know, you might as well just either make, you know, 500 mils or 568 if you want a pint, or, you know, go for 330, or some ciders do come in 250ml bottles, but this is the first cider that I've seen that comes in that size bottle. And not only that, it's aluminium. Probably the only cider bottle that I've seen that is aluminium based, not glass. I don't know what they're going for this, but yeah, it's also cold activated, like some lagers that they have out there. Yeah, as it says on the top here, you can't really see it, it says cold fermented first press, cold filtered, and then cold bottled 81st recipe, cold activated. Also on the front, apple premium cider. Never a good sign there, is it? Crafted using fresh bittersweet apples picked from our orchards in Malvern. One thing I will say is I do actually like this design. I mean, they're going for something different and, you know, fair play to them. Although you can't really see the actual design they've got on the front. It's like apple presses and everything, but the problem is it kind of blends into the aluminium and you can't see it really well. And not only that, but this was the only bottle on the shelf which didn't have all this awful brown gunk all around the bottle. I don't even know what it was, and I don't really actually want to know, but this was the only one that seemed relatively clean, so, oh dear, well, I'm hoping it's not going to deter me from having any of this cider, but you never know. A lot of bump on the back, so let's get this one out of the way. Press 81 cider is created using the 81st recipe crafted by our master cider maker. What, so we're the last 80 shit ones then? Made using fresh bittersweet apples picked from our orchards in Malvern, you've said that already, which is then cold fermented, filtered and bottled to capture all the aromas and flavours of the orchard. Press 81 is a refreshing, fruity and full-bodied premium cider with a natural and pure taste, free from artificial colours, flavours and sweeteners. So at least there's nothing artificial in here, but will they have added sugar? Who knows? Cold activated bottle. Enjoy the fresh orchard taste at the optimum temperature when the circles turn blue. Well, they're definitely blue on the front there, alright, so it's definitely nice and chilled. Contains sulphites for freshness, so thankfully nothing out of the ordinary there. Right, that's the bottle out of the way and its uniqueness and everything, but will it actually be another good one from Aston Manor? Let's find out as I get Press 81 open. I said, let's get Press 81 open. Oh my goodness me. Right. That'll be why it's a twist top. They could have told me that. Oh dear. There's me trying to get it open with the bottle opener. In fact, I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'll be back in a sec. Well, I'm back, guys. As it turns out, it wasn't a twist top, it just did not want to come off. Finally got the cap off, but oh my goodness me, there's the first problem with this bottle. You can't get the bloody top off. That was a real trial, that was, and, well, at least it's off now, but, let's go and get a whiff in the bottle then. It smells alright, actually. You're getting a nice bitterness off the nose. Slight sweetness as well. Maybe that's sugars that they've added in. It kind of smells sort of sugary. But yeah, overall, it kind of just smells like a typical cider, so guess it's all going to be in the taste, so let's go and pour this one out. Now, will filtering it in a aluminium bottle have any effect to the taste? Will it be any better than the other ciders? We will find out. There we go, got it all in. Right, so this is Press 81 cider. A hell of a lot of carbonation in it. Pretty standard cider colour, I'd say. Maybe slightly more golden than some of the other ones, but overall looks pretty generic, really. Is that going to be a bad thing? Who knows? Let's go and get a whiff in the glass now. Wow, it actually does smell rather nice. You've got, yeah, you've got a really nice bitterness on the nose. In fact, it's more prominent than when it was in the bottle. Although there is kind of a slight icky undertone to it, which, yeah, almost sort of like a peppery sort of undertone, which is kind of weird, but you never know, it might be alright. So, let's go in for the taste. Will it be a hit or a miss for Aston Manor? Let's find out. Cheers, guys, and here's to Press 81. It's alright. Not the best, that's definitely not the best tasting cider I've ever had. You've got a nice bitterness again on the initial taste, a nice bit of dryness to it. But yeah, in the through taste, you're just getting sugar and a slight hint of apple juice that they've added into it, which kind of detracts from the nice dry notes that you're getting at the start. Let's just get a second opinion. Yeah, admittedly, the initial taste is actually really nice. Nice, robust, dry, almost oaky apple flavours that you're getting off this. Kind of reminds me of even like a Kingston Black, although not quite as dry. Maybe a Dabinet, something like that. But yeah, unfortunately, there is that gumminess where they've added sugar in to detract from the dryness to make it more like a bittersweet combination, like it says. And unfortunately, that does detract from the rest of the flavours. Yeah, I've got a very nice oaky, woody aftertaste to it, almost like a smoky, like yeah, like a smokehouse sort of aftertaste as well. But as I've said, the gumminess just completely detracts from all these flavours and stops it from being a really nice tasting cider, unfortunately. Let's just get another one. In fact, the more that I'm tasting it, the more that you can actually taste the the apple juice that they've added in and the sugars in the initial taste as well. That's kind of disappointing, really. I kind of had my hopes set for this one. The fact that they this is pretty much the only Aston Manor cider that actually had an advert campaign for it, because well, I've never seen an advert for Kingston Press or anything like that. So, yeah, I was kind of having slight hopes for this, but unfortunately they have been kind of dashed. Has putting it in an aluminium bottle changed the taste at all? Probably not. I think this is more a gimmick, really, because, cold activated lagers, they all taste exactly the same as normal lagers, so I'd imagine that this is just, the way of trying to try something new and different, trying to appeal to audiences. And it's not really changed much about the cider, to be honest. If it came in a glass bottle, I'd imagine it would have tasted exactly the same as this one, so... Yeah, that's a real shame, actually. I was, you know, especially with the initial taste that I had, it had really... I honestly thought it was like, wow, Aston Manor have done something really, really good here, but... damn it, it's that sugar and the apple juice that just completely, you know, detracts from all the flavours, and that's all you can really have. I'm getting that gumminess at the back of the throat as well, sort of like a syrupy texture to it. In fact, it all just has really syrupy sort of texture to it as well, especially as it's going down your throat. Which kind of makes it full-bodied, but it's not the right type of full-bodied. It's the gummy sort of, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, oh well, kind of disappointing, but you know what? I can see where they were going with this. So they were trying something different, but hasn't really paid off this time. Let's get a final taste before the final verdict, though. Yeah. Also, with the carbonation, you're bound to get plenty of belches out of this as well. So, even though it's come in a completely unique bottle, it's actually a pretty generic cider we have here, guys. So, unfortunately, Malvern Press 81 for a verdict gets a 5 out of 10. Again, I'm not really sure what they were going with the unique sized bottle. At least bump it up to a 500ml bottle, guys, you know. That would have been a little better. But, oh well, it's not terribly tasting, but there are definitely many, many better tasting ciders out there. So, well, that was another episode of The Cider Drinker. Hope you liked it, and, well, Aston Manor still holding their trend as being pretty mediocre at best, unfortunately. But you never know, they might come out with a cracking cider once in a while. We'll have to watch this space. So, until next time, I will be back with another delicious and tasty cider. But until then, I'm going to belch, excuse me, and I'm going to finish off this glass of Malvern Press 81. Take care, guys, until next time.